Good morning. Okay, so it's Wellbeing Wednesday, but it's a very hot Wednesday. So I'm going to try and slow it down a little bit for you. Make sure you've got plenty of water. Refresh this. So, my poor little dog is so hot. Morning, Lynn. Morning, Linda. Turn this down. I hate hearing myself. It's a bit strange. He's a hot doggity, aren't you? Okay, so standing on your mats. Get my little notes out. Okay, we're just going to warm up with a full forward flexion. Bring the arms together or the wrists together and open up. So again, forward flex, bring the back of the hands together and open up. Forward flex, bring the back of the hands together, open up. One more time. Open up. Keep the arms wide, reach over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then take the legs wide and just plie down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump in. Okay, forward lunge. 1, 2. You don't have to jump in if it's too much. 3, 4, and back. Morning, Fiona. Okay, and then we're going to go again. So it's round, open, round. Here comes the frog. Open, round, open. One more time. Round, open, arms wide, reach, reach. 3, 4, take the legs wide and we kind of plie down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you ready on the 8th? We're going to jump in or step. Lunge. 2, 3, 4. Let's add a lateral lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming back in. Reach. So I can stop waffling now because you know what we're doing. Three, keep the shoulders above the hips. 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that Sally in? 8. And then I missed the jump, but jump in. Forwards. 2, 3, 4. Lateral. Just using this little sequence as a little warm up. Okay, back in. Scoop the belly in as you go forwards. Open, reach. Take it wide. Plie. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start to go lower. 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump. forwards, 2, 3, 4, lateral, 1, 2. Have you got your ceiling fan on, Linda? That'll help. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, lateral, 2. Now I've got my band handy, but you don't have to. Coming back in, I need to get some work into the shoulders. So actually grab your activation band and I'll start some mobility through your shoulders while you're doing that. It's optional, you don't need to. As always, I'm not going to force you. Roll up, glide down. And again, roll up, glide down. Now do it again, but lead with the elbows. How does that feel? Does it feel okay? Now let's just start to roll the shoulders forwards. Which feels better to you? Rolling them forwards or rolling them back? It's always good to compare. Making the movement wider. Sweep the arm up. I don't know why this dog, this black dog, sits in the sun. Oscar. Okay, so let's take us back to the real world when we had large classes in Farnborough and all over really. 1 Point Guildford with the lovely Siobhan. I don't know whether she's on at the moment. She's a fellow instructor. Okay, we're going to have the palms of the hands facing the ceiling. Your elbows are glued to your waist and there's a little hinge there and you're going to open and close. So that's all it is. You're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Opening up. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Take it slow. Be aware of what's happening. You're not pushing the rib cage forwards. You are just drawing those shoulder blades together and then returning. Great for posture. Open up. And return. Open up. A lot of you know what's coming next. Now, when you're in this posture, I want you to squeeze your bum, okay? So you're really quite strong through your lower body. Inhale here. Exhale, rotate the palms down. Pull in and back. Keep going. Is it hot in Switzerland? Is it hotter than here? It's 30 degrees here. Well, it's supposed to be this afternoon. I don't know whether it is yet. So keep squeezing those legs and then reach. But you've got a lovely view. Open. Exhale. And then back in. I've frozen. Let's hope it's not for too long. Oh, that's okay. If this clicks off for any reason, a lot of people are having problems with the internet. It's not just me. I want you to, I'll go back on, but I'll use Facebook Live and see if that's an improvement. But let's stick with this. Apparently, there's just a lot going on internet-wise. Okay, now hold the elbows in. Palms face the ceiling and start to circle. And what I don't want is the shoulders lifting. So here, squeeze the bottom, lengthen through your waist, and you're just circling those arms. Now visualize you've got weights in those arms. So you're adding your own imaginary resistance. Little circles and change direction. Keep squeezing the glutes. It's important. And pressing the inner thighs together. Now, reach, pull in, pull in, pull in. We're speeding it up. Sorry, Linda, not too much. I want you to ache a little bit. Hold it, circles. While you're circling, rest of the body, to keep squeezing the bottom, keep pressing the inner thighs together. Keep circling and visualize you've got something heavy there. Change direction. So we're stabilizing through the lower body. Okay, now just let the arms hang, few rolls, we haven't finished. Already I feel a lot more mobile in my upper body. We're here, fingertips to temples, squeeze. Are you still squeezing your bottom? Still squeezing the inner thighs? That movement's become pretty automatic, starting to ache. Okay, roll. Now, as you're stabilizing through your lower body, do you feel like you're getting more movement in the upper body? We haven't finished yet. Circles. Now, don't have the arms here, have them open as wide as you can. Circling. Work, so don't be lazy with it. Don't be all floppy. Lengthen. Change direction. Keep squeezing. Ready for a change? Here. Keep squeezing, lower body. Pulling in as if your arms are attached to a pulley. Ready? We used to do this to a record called Tom's Diner. That one. Okay, next one, because the shoulders are probably quite tired. We raise the arms to here. We bend the arms in, little scratch of the head. Bend the arms in, and we bring the forearms together if you can get them together. But don't worry if you can't. Push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release down. Have a little bit of a stretch. And back. Other side. It's just a recovery stretch. Recovery stretches you don't hold for too long. So next, before we put the band on, if you're going for the band option, I'm just going to do a little bit of work with the quality of your lunge, basically. Actually, let's first of all press the feet together. Change of heart. I'm still going to do it, but change of heart. Now, I want you to think about your heels. Have your feet your heels a little bit sort of pressed together. Now, there's some fascia that attaches from the heels to the pelvic floor, believe it or not. So as you press the heels together, I want you to draw that length through the legs, connect through the pelvic floor, and draw it up through the body. I want you to work the arches slightly as you do this. So when I say work the arches, I want you to curl your toes, but press your heels together. Okay, so relax off, and then we'll go again. So a little bit of a press of the heels, a little work of working the arches, curling your toes, squeezing the glutes, connect with your pelvic floor, and really feel that sense of lengthening up all the way to the crown of the head. And then relax. Now flare your toes and rest them down if you can. A bit tricky for me as I've got metal in them, but I'm trying to flare the toes as much as possible. And I'm grounding down through the heels. Now I'm going to go into that lunge position. Now my back toe is curled under. Linda, if you have a problem with this, I would say stick to pedal pushing, which isn't so intense, if your toe's still playing up. So I've got both toes pointing forwards, okay? And the heels down as much as you can. It might be a little bit lifted at the back, but I'm in that lunge position. And what I'm going to do is hinge forward and push off with that back toe and then return. Push off with that back toe and then return. Keep going. Push off. Power in that big toe as you push off. So it's like you're walking and running gait. You're pushing off. Getting some movement into the foot and the ankle. So you're just slowly pushing off. So you're working the back foot. This is great for any runners. It's great. We all walk, don't we? Now press that heel down and then just do that movement with the arms. But what I want you to do is keep the shoulders away from your ears as you do that movement. So the lower body's static, but we're just doing kind of that running movement with the arms. We're pressing that heel down, so we're getting a little bit of an Achilles stretch as we press that heel down the back. It may not get to the floor, it might be quite tight, which is fine. Change sides. So we step that leg back. What tends to happen, and this is something to be aware of, if you've got weakness in your medial glute, what will happen is the knee will go in slightly. So what you need to do is press that knee out so that you get more connection with the glute on that side, okay? So get into that lunge position, press the heel down towards the floor as much as you can. Everyone's built differently, remember. Push off through the back toe. So it's not through the heel we push off, it's through the back toe. So that front leg, I want you to work the knee so it's pressing out, it's in a line, but make sure that it's not rolling inwards, because it's very common to have weakness in that medial glute. So we're just pushing off and pushing off. I tend to do the movement with the arms, but you don't have to, because we're going to do that in a minute. So we're just pushing off and pushing off. So you're very aware of the front leg as well as the movement in the back leg as you push off. Push off. Key movement that we do every day. Then we press that heel towards the floor. It might be tighter than the other side. And then, sorry, got a message coming through. I had to have a look. So then we press that back heel down and we do that running motion. Now, so often I see when I'm driving around in my car, good luck to people that are doing the running. It's fantastic, whatever you do, but don't do this. Drop your shoulders down. Running motion. Otherwise, you're causing tension all the way up here. Cardiovascularly, very, very fit, but you're going to cause problems possibly with the neck, shoulders. Okay, coming back in. Now, grab your band if you want to. It's very warm, so you don't have to. I thought the band was probably a better option than weights, but again, this is optional. We're not going to rush through loads of different exercises. We're going to take it easy. We need to adjust in the heat. Okay. It was Sally. Morning. So, let's think about our lunge. And let's alternate so that one side's not going to be too fatigued. So we're going to think about our lunge position. Going to draw through the abdominals, up through the pelvic floor, and we're just going to lunge and return. Other side, 2. Now remember, a little bit of a press out with that leading leg. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How does that feel? We did the prep. We can now do the business. And then we lateral. I'm going to take my band a bit lower so it's a bit harder, but you don't have to. So you can have your band higher up, but not if you're lowering it, not on your knees. We'll go for a lateral lunge if your knees are okay with that. So we go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now I want you to, and you can do this without the band as well. You're going to be grounded through your left side. Now think about how that heel is pressed to the floor and you're drawing up through the leg, all the fascia, all the muscle, lengthening, drawing up through the pelvic floor, and then you're going to lift that leg up and externally rotate it, tilt forward slightly and press that leg behind you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, other side. So we want a little bit of external rotation, notice. It's not just pressing the leg back. You're lifting, you're externally. It's tough for me because I've got the band low. In fact, I'm going to pull the band up for that bit. So I'm going to lift, externally rotate, tip forward slightly with that external rotation. This leg's really working. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then rest down. Okay, thinking about our squat. And again, pressing the heels down, thinking about that almost corkscrewing into the floor with your heels, lengthening the legs but not locking the knees, and drawing up through your pelvic floor, drawing up through the, wrapping around those abdominals and shoulders are back and down. We're going to go for a parallel squat. So remember, the knees don't move forwards. So a lot of sort of technique pointers today. So don't let the knees go forward. Sit the hips back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you feel the knees rolling forwards, don't go as deep. Visualize that chair behind you. That will help. And back. Okay, so we're going to go for the original warm-up that we did with all these techniques in mind. So let's start with the legs hip distance apart so that you're already working. And even though we're going to work through the upper body, so you're still working with an outward press. So we round forwards, open, round forwards. Does the movement feel freer? Open. Mine definitely does. Round forwards, open. One more time, round forwards, open here. Now reach over. Now the band is keeping the alignment of the lower body. 2, 3, 4. And then we go into that wide leg. So we've got extra, your knees are pointing outwards, okay? And then we plie down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ready for the jump? Jump. And then we lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coming back in. Just shake the legs out. Okay, a little bit more lunging round the clock. So we're going to go for forward lunge. Then we're going to go out at a slight angle. So say 10 and 2 o'clock. It's really difficult when you try and reverse that and when you're doing a class. And I often get it wrong. So basically we come forwards, 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 angle, angle, lateral, lateral, reverse, reverse. Okay, so there's actually 4 different angles of the leg. So we go forwards at that angle, lateral, reverse, forwards, lateral, angle, lateral, and reverse. Should we add arms just because we can? You don't have to. Forwards, corner, lateral, reverse, forwards, corner, lateral, and reverse. How's that feel? Squat, squat, sit back. 2, now take the legs a little bit wider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice how I'm not doing plank. 7, 8. So I'm not completely horrible. Now we're going to do curtsy. Curtsy squat. We'll repeat the same side. Should we do it for 8? You're getting a slightly different angle that we haven't had yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're watching this on replay, leave a comment. I like to know what are the most popular classes. 1, 2, and then I can give you what you want. 3, 4, 5. We did do 8, didn't we? 6, 7, 8. Okay, grab your drink. We're going to come into lying. I'll just check you can see my mat. Yes, you can. So coming into lying. Now the legs are together, probably together, because everyone usually finds they're neutral, but if they've got a band wrapped around their legs come together, which is fine at the moment because we're going to do some mobility. So I want you to let your arms fall to the sides, palms face the ceiling. Relax the shoulders, and the hips have worked hard, so now they relax for the moment. And then we rotate the legs over to one side, slowly, segmental control. Just hold. Look the opposite way. Pull back by activating the muscles underneath this shoulder blade, pressing it down into the mat and pull back. And then over to the other side. and then pull back. Okay, place your feet hip distance apart. So we're back in business. Now this is building up to crisscross, which works the midsection of the abdominals, actually the lower abs and upper abs at the same time. So it's working the whole section. So let's take the hands behind the head. Now you want your elbows wide, but you don't want them to disappear out of your peripheral vision. And equally, you don't want to be sandwiching the head. So they're kind of like pointing to the corners of the room. Activate through your abdominals and notice how it feels very different, working up through your pelvic floor in this position. Legs are hip distance apart. Now, I want you to visualize that your left foot is glued to the mat, and we're going to curl the right shoulder up towards that foot. But imagine you want to pull it off the floor and it won't go. Feel it in the waist and then pull back. And then we go again. So you need that visualization of the foot being glued to the floor as you inhale to prepare, exhale, curl. See how you don't even need to lift the leg to work harder. Breath in, breath out. And there's so many dragonflies in my garden. Every time I look up, there's one floating about. I've got a good picture of one yesterday. Okay, one more. Keep visualizing that foot is glued to the floor and it won't lift. Now, when you curl this time, same side, if it aggravates the neck, obviously keep the neck wrapped down and maybe just lift the leg. So now what we're going to do is we're going to curl that right shoulder towards the left knee, but now the foot is no longer glued to the floor. So as we curl, we lift. 1, 2, 3, working the hips as well. 4, 5, 6, 7. How's that feel? You feeling it? 8. Rest down. Now that working leg that we've just been lifting, I want you to straighten. Now, not if you get sciatica, keep the leg bent. Because that's one of the thing that doctors do to as a symptom, is one of the symptoms. If you straight leg lift, it can, and you get that pain. So let's flex the foot. It doesn't look that pretty, but it's going to work the leg a little bit more. Inhale, as we exhale, we lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, it's flown in here. That great big dragonfly. Look, can you see it? There's 2 of them together. Up to naughties. Oh my God. Right, it's like nature watch. Hands behind the head. We're going to go with the other side. So now your right foot, make sure your legs are hip distance apart. Your right foot is glued to the floor, and you're going to curl. I do quite like dragonflies though. 1, although I squealed like a baby. 2, 3. So the foot's not moving, but it's very light on the floor. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now we lift the leg with us into a 90-degree angle as we curl the upper body off the floor. Okay, the left foot stays grounded, but don't press into that left foot. Inhale, exhale, curl. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a sneaky one, but you might feel it tomorrow. 1 more. Okay, rest down, release the neck if you need to. Right leg is straight now. Flex the foot. Again, it'd be more graceful to have a pointed foot, but we're not worried about, oh my God, go away. Go away. Oh, can you see it? Flexed foot. Hands behind the head, looking for water. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rest. The thing is, we're doing our curls, or these sort of curls. When you see people doing it, and you know, in the gym situation, you see people doing it, and they close the elbows in, and they really pull on their neck to get over to the knee. It's not good. You're going to cause tension in the neck. So that's why even a reduced range of movement, keeping the elbows open, keeping the chest open is better. So then we move into crisscross. Time's gone quickly. Lift the legs up. Hands behind the head. If you want to keep one leg down and just do some rotations, that's fine. Okay? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You should definitely have felt that. Come onto your side. Okay, what time is it? Okay. We've got time. So just rest the arm. Extend that top leg, flex the foot, push into the heel. As you push into the heel, pull up through the pelvic floor. Engage through the abdominals. And we're going to lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got my lower leg bent, by the way. 9, 10. Softly point that toe, and then we circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push the hand to the floor, push up. We'll do the other side. Okay, but lower leg's bent because I'm being kind. Top leg. We lift. Push into the heel. Draw up through your pelvic floor. There's little tricks that you can do to activate through your pelvic floor. So you press the inner thighs together, press into the heel. Because some people just struggle to isolate it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we can softly point that toe, and I want the leg moving into completely independently of the rest of the body. Circles. 2. Is that an okay adapted well-being for the heat? Change direction. 2, or 3, 4, 5. Did you ache more one side than they did on the other? Let go of the band. We'll use the band to stretch out the back of the legs. Place the left foot in the band. I actually really like these bands for stretching. Hold. You can get a real pull on it. Don't not jerky pull, just let the muscles relax in rather than yank. There's that weird insect gone. Okay, hold. Visualize the area, the insertion point. So think about the head of the femur sinking right down into the back of the hip joint, right at the back of the hip joint now. And everything releases around it. And then you can get a little bit more of a stretch. Feel all right? And then hold the back, just twist round. I'm going to be a bit unsociable, I'm afraid, and look the other way. And then you can just pull. If you can use the band to pull if you can't reach your foot. Do apologise for my back. Feeling like you're almost pushing into your heel. And then we're going to change legs. So think about the whole leg, the weight of the leg, sinking right down into the back of the hip. And then we just wait with a flexed foot. And round about now, your muscles are relaxing into that stretch. So if you wanted to develop your hamstrings, this is when you can develop them by giving a little bit more of a pull. And then we're just going to bring that leg behind. So you can use that band. Some people struggle to get hold of that foot, so you can use the band or just hold the foot. Push into that heel, knee. Feel that pull through the quads, through the front of the hips. Tuck the tailbone under slightly for more of a stretch. Breathe. I'm going to let go. I'm going to bring you up to standing. So I just want you to curl your toes under. Hold that full fold. Pulling up. Then the feet are flat. You're evenly balanced. You've got that grounding through the heels. It's not like the weight distribution is all through the heels, but your heels are grounded. The weight distribution is even front to back of the foot, but kind of a little bit of a press down with the heels. Lengthen through the legs, draw up through your pelvic floor. All the way, everything's connected through the crown of the head. Standing tall, take a deep breath in, a slow breath out. Give yourselves a little clap. And some of you I may see later at midget. 7 or 8, 10, whatever class you're on. I've got one space in each. Okay, so if anyone wants to join us, feel free. I will always adjust for the heat, but it should have cooled down a bit by 7 o'clock, I think. So I think we'll be okay. Bring some water with you anyway, Linda, tonight. And I shall see you all tomorrow morning for Wake Up and Move. How did the recording go? Was it okay? How's the sound and the recording? I keep buying new wires, etc., etc. So I do like to know. All right then, take care. Let me know what you think and how you feel. See you later. Bye.